about going for the open three on the break rather than taking it in for a higher percentage shot and a layup.
Well, nowadays we know that the three-pointer actually means more for any given team.
Analytically, you're right.
Analytically,
yes.
But Kevin, what I'm interested in is on a given night like this where we're going to see a ton of threes, what's the decision-making of the guy with the ball? Sometimes it'll be the point guard. It might be a wing player, but how smart is he at finding the right shooter at the right time at the three-point line on these passes?
Making those big decisions, you're right. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. And it's Lopez in at the center.
And Giannis just gobbling up the rebound, just spreads his wing out there, and the ball falls right into it.
Harden the pass to Tucker. Back to Harden. And it's Tucker atop the key. Here's Westbrook. The pass to House. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with Mike Budenholzer for a few minutes. In going up against James Harden, he stressed to his team the need to show your hands to the refs. The Beard is just the best at catching defenders with their hands in the cookie jar. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Lopez, no luck.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
Here's Bledsoe following the basket by Russell Westbrook. 1:11 left to play in the first quarter. Lopez kicks to Bledsoe. Clock at 6. It's rebounded by Houston. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
And they had a few important guys sitting there on the bench at a time when they really could have used them on the floor. They have to play much more in control here tonight.
And the Bucks with possession here. The Rockets making the shot. Down low. Here's Giannis. Lays it up and banks it in. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points.
Well, playmaking and scoring, that's what Giannis is up to here tonight.
From deep, Harden. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Now, here's Covington. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers. Matthews against Harden. Houston needs to get a shot off. Covington trying to break free.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame, a smart block, if you will.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific and pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge.
The worst I've ever heard was...
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Hill. Robin Lopez out there with Ilyasova. And it's Connaughton in at the 3.
Well, the Bucks are in a good spot with a young superstar entering his prime.
And they like the fact that this core has more potential in it. It wasn't just a one-hit wonder as they committed to Lopez. They committed to Chris Middleton. And now they think that they can take the next step with Giannis's growth.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throws of the game.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
When it comes to hustle, effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important? And sometimes, with the win-or-loss in the balance.
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverley who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right. DiVincenzo passes to Ilyasova. And it's Carroll with the ball for the Houston Rockets. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play. Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. A different look for Milwaukee. Williams comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Korver in for Pat Connaughton. Gordon the pass to Green. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Houston with a big group substitution here. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for DeMarre Carroll. James Harden, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Rivers. The Bucks also changing it up. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for George Hill. Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook throws it down.
This is Westbrook just being an ultra competitor. He gets in there and the defense has nothing to do.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the wing right side for 3, Bledsoe. And it's rebounded by Covington. Rockets trail by 7. Here's Harden on the wing. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Antetokounmpo, no good. With 1 on the clock, he made it! He gets it to go! Wow!
1 eye on the rim, 1 eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bucks ahead, up by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it. Thank you, David, and we'll be back. And Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Rockets trail by 3.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
That's a battle down there. It's one of the reasons Lopez has been in this league for over a decade. Solid effort.
Harden the pass to Westbrook. Jacks up a 3. The Rockets with another miss.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
That's tipped. Stolen by Harden. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge. He's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment, good report. Thank you so much.
Eric Bledsoe bounced around a little bit in the early part of his career under the tutelage of Chris Paul when he first came into the league. Seems like he's found a home here and very much settling into his role.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Green, he's checked in for Robert Covington. McLemore has come in for Danuel House. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And Giannis gets it to go.
That's fun to see the handles coming out there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, how do you stop a near 7-footer who's got some dribble skills like that?
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
No good from Bledsoe.
And the team has gotten it done here in spite of his performance. Still 0 from the field.
For 3. Drops in the tray. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 9 now for Milwaukee.
Eric Bledsoe connecting from there. When he's making that sort of stuff, you can see the confidence grow.
Harden surveying the D. Fires the 3. Rivers can't get it to go.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. And McLemore kicks to Harden. The Rockets with another miss.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pass to Tucker. Harden with it. This one for 3. The shot, no good. And we've reached the end of the third. Bucks lead by 9. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got Chris Middleton. Kyle Korver is out there with Hill. Then it's Marvin Williams. And it's Ilyasova in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his second foul of the game. Danuel House is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Hill has the open look. A three-pointer, no good. Rockets trail by 7. Carroll with it. He's picked up by Hill. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Korver kicks to Hill. Middleton outside. Lets it go with a 3. And the Bucks miss again. The Rockets shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Carroll. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
He hits the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. 1 possession game now.
Hill against Westbrook. Passes it to Middleton. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 5. From deep. No good from Connaughton. It's Westbrook with the drive. Misses from short range. Bucks leading by 3. Middleton the pass to Williams. Cans the 12-footer. Williams has got his first points of the night.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 5. There's 1:17 left to play here in the fourth. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Good!
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
Lopez with the steal. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And the 3 off target. On offense, here are the Rockets. House dishes to Tucker. And here's Harden for 3. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Covington against Antetokounmpo. Trying to get open is Lopez. Good!
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're behind by 4. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
17 seconds left in the fourth. And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Well, a little bit each year, Giannis gets fouled at a higher and higher clip. That shows about how much more aggressive and how much more confident and how much more usage he's had through his first few seasons.
The 3 from Harden. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. Westbrook kicks to Harden. Offline with his 3. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Brooke, congrats on the win. What are your expectations for the team right now?
Very high. You know, everyone's been coming together. You know, we've been excited to close the season out the right way, and now you know we're gearing up for a great run in the playoffs.
Looks like you're rounding into form. Thanks again, Brooke. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up for Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.